Hannah, we both love a good rockumentary, don't we? But isn't it time we gave some recommendations for people who would rather listen to music than binge watch TV shows and films?
Funny you should say that, Ian, because British rapper Fletchy has just released his debut EP, The Colossal Apostle. It includes standout tracks Money Calling, This Is Crazy, and Ooh.
Ooh. And you don't have to just take our word for it. Fletchy has been shouted out by none other than LeBron James, as well as Dwayne Wade and Juicy J. A mix of humour, heartbreak, and hard-hitting beats. The Colossal Apostle is available to stream now.
And to find out more about this up-and-coming artist who is building a fan base on both sides of the Atlantic, follow at Fletchy2Fat. That's Fletchy with a Y, number 2, Fat on TikTok and Instagram.
Well, brace yourselves, folks, because our next offering is hot stuff. It's a new drama series on Prime Video, and it's remarkable. It's called The Girlfriend, and here's a clip.
I've never seen Daniel so happy.
Ooh, do we like her?
Jury's out.
Mum, what is wrong with loving someone who has money?
They'll never marry you.
I'd be careful if I were you.
He doesn't even know who you are.
Now, Ian, where do I start with The Girlfriend? There's that saying, isn't it, about a daughter being yours for life, but your son being only yours till he meets his wife, or something like that. I'm sure you'll know better exactly what it is. But we all know of those mums who have an incredibly amazing relationship with their son. I have 2 girls, so, you know, I don't necessarily talk with experience of a relationship with a boy, but I think from friends who have got boys, it is sort of different. It doesn't mean you love them any more or any less. It's just a different experience. And this really brings to life quite a creepy version of events, I should say, because this mother's a close bond with her only son, so, you know, even more intense, looks set to be blown apart when he meets a very strong-willed woman. It's on Prime Video. You know I love Prime Video, and it is a kind of psychological thriller. It's a 6-parter. It features Robin Wright, who also wrote it, and is also you'll probably remember her from Forrest Gump. If you love Forrest Gump, you'll know exactly who she is. So her son, Daniel, played by Laurie Davidson, starts to date a girl called Cherry. She's played by the House of Dragons' Olivia Cooke. She's a really strong kind of woman, but these 2 women straight away are sort of up against each other, vying for his attention, his affection. And he's just this, I mean, they've got a perfect life, right? Laura, she owns a London-based gallery. She's done very well for herself, and her only son is a doctor. He's also an overachiever, and they have an amazing life. And Cherry doesn't come from that sort of background. She's a working class woman, but she knows what she wants. She's got a lot of ambition, and it's arguably reflected in who she dates and who she wants to date. And you can see these women just coming up against each other until Daniel is stuck in the middle. And at first, it just all seems perhaps largely a bit normal, where 2 women are kind of weighing each other up. You know, is he right for my son? Is he not? You know, etc., etc. But it takes dark, horrible turns. And the brilliant thing about this is that you never know whose side you're on. So one minute you're thinking, oh my God, Cherry is just the wrong woman for him. She's just using him. She just wants him for the money. And then on the other hand, you think the mum is just incredibly overbearing. And then there's some sort of creepy, weird, sexually stuff that goes on. In as much as Cherry is kissing him in one scene, and the mother walks in, they kind of look at each other, and she just carries on. I mean, most people would jump out of bed, pull the covers over them, sheer embarrassment. It's like they're getting off on that. And then there's a kind of weird scene in the pool where mother and son are kind of playing with each other and, wrestling around, and it's just a little bit too close. I don't know whether it's the way it's been set up, but this is edge of your seat stuff. It's this is called binge watch, and this is absolutely binge watchable. You just can't stop watching it. You almost want to put it on fast because you just want to see exactly what happens at the end. It's absolutely brilliant. What did you think, Ian?
Paging Dr. Freud. Oh, it's great. I absolutely loved it. And it's directed by Robin Wright, I believe. And Robin and Olivia Cooke are both superb in it, just battling the mother-in-law and the prospective daughter-in-law. Olivia Cooke, I've not really seen her in anything else previously. Yeah, she was in House of the Dragon, but she is a force of nature in this. She is terrific. And they've done a clever thing. So that in episode 1, it's like meet the parents. So she comes, I mean, there's a lot of property porn in this, you have to say, because Sherry works for like a high-end estate agent, or they keep calling it real estate, don't they? And Laura, who is Daniel's mum, played by Robin Wright, she lives in this huge house. I mean, it looks absolutely ginormous, doesn't it? Because all the amazing interiors, and it's full of artworks. Anyway, it's quite clever. So Sherry comes to dinner, and so we see that all play out from the perspective of the mother, and then we see it all again playing out from the perspective of Sherry, and how, different people can kind of experience the same thing in slightly different ways, or kind of read in intention or whatever. It's really well done, but it's all about the women, because I do think Daniel is just a bit of a dick, really, isn't he? But the chemistry between them when they meet, she's showing him a property, and you can tell they just want to immediately rip each other's clothes off. Well, which they do. But yeah, little note, maybe when you go to your first dinner party at your boyfriend's parents' house, well, actually, I'm not going to spoil it. Something happens which perhaps doesn't create the best first impression. And yes, the end of episode 1. So she's got an ex-boyfriend, I think an ex-fiancé maybe. Anyway, who is now getting married to someone else, and there's real bad blood there, and that relates to the shocking conclusion to the first episode, which is it's oh my goodness me, it is good stuff. So yeah, absolutely loved it, and as you say, utterly bingeable.